Welcome back to the channel. If you're passionate about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating stories behind America's money, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 6 most valuable and expensive US $1 coins ever produced. These remarkable coins aren't just currency. They're pieces of history, shaped by unique minting errors, limited production, and powerful moments in American heritage. We'll explore what makes each one so rare, why collectors are willing to pay astonishing prices for them. The 2018 D. Roosevelt Dime represents one of the most intriguing examples of how a modern circulating U.S. coin can still achieve notable value and collector interest under the right circumstances. At first glance, a dime minted in 2018 may seem ordinary, especially given the enormous quantities produced for daily commerce. However, within modern numismatics, value is often driven not by age alone but by condition, precision of strike, and the presence of rare varieties or mint errors. For collectors who specialize in high-grade modern coins, the finest known examples of the 2018 D dime, particularly those graded at the top of the mint state scale, have become surprisingly desirable. Its appeal lies in the challenge of finding perfection in a mass-produced coin, a pursuit that fuels strong demand among registry-set competitors and detail-oriented enthusiasts. The 2018 D dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt Dime series, first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt and his legacy, particularly his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his association with the March of Dimes campaign. Minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the obverse, the 2018 issue continues this enduring tribute in the modern era. While 2018 itself was not marked by a singular historic event directly tied to the dime's release, it represents a period when the U.S. Mint was producing coins with advanced minting technology and tighter quality controls. This context makes top-grade survivors especially notable, as even minor imperfections can prevent a coin from achieving the highest possible grade design-wise. The 2018 D dime adheres to the classic Roosevelt dime format that has become instantly recognizable to generations of Americans. The obverse features John R. Sinek's portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 2018, along with the Denver D mint mark. The reverse displays a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and independence. Composed of a copper core clad in a 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, the coin weighs 2.268 grams and measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter. What makes certain examples special is not a design change, but the exceptional sharpness of detail, mirror-like luster, and flawless surfaces seen only in the very finest strikes. In terms of raw mintage, the 2018 D dime is not rare. Hundreds of millions were struck for circulation. True rarity emerges, however, when condition is considered. Coins graded MS-68 or higher by major grading services are exceptionally scarce, as even microscopic marks, weak strikes, or dull luster can reduce a coin's grade. Additionally, a small number of error coins, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or dramatic die cracks, add another layer of rarity and fascination. These anomalies occur accidentally during the minting process and are avidly collected, often commanding premiums far beyond the coin's face value. Thus, rarity for the 2018 D dime is condition-based rather than mintage-based, a hallmark of modern U.S. coin collecting. The market value of the 2018 D dime varies dramatically depending on grade and variety. Circulated examples are worth only face value, while typical uncirculated pieces may sell for a modest premium of a few dollars. However, in top-tier mint state condition, values rise sharply. Coins graded MS-67 can bring tens of dollars, while MS-68 examples have realized prices in the low to mid-hundreds, reflecting strong competition among collectors seeking registry-quality coins. Exceptional error varieties can command even higher prices, sometimes reaching several $100s depending on the severity and visual appeal of the error. These values align with broader numismatic trends, where modern coins in elite condition achieve prices far exceeding their intrinsic or face value due to scarcity and demand. For collectors interested in the 2018 D-Dime, careful selection is essential. Look for coins with strong luster, sharp details in Roosevelt's hair and facial features, and clean fields free from distracting marks. Certification by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC is highly recommended for high-grade or error examples, as authentication and grading significantly enhance marketability and value. Proper storage is equally important. Coins should be kept in inert holders in stable environments to prevent tunning or surface damage. Acquiring these dimes through established dealers, reputable online auctions, or numismatic shows can reduce risk and increase the likelihood of finding quality pieces. Although it is a modern circulating coin, the 2018 D. Roosevelt Dime demonstrates that numismatic value is not limited to the distant past. Its significance lies in its place within a historic series, its refined modern production, and the rarity of flawless examples emerging from mass minting. For collectors, it offers an accessible yet challenging pursuit, finding excellence in the ordinary. Whether appreciated for its design continuity, its role in modern minting history, or its potential as a high-grade collectible, the finest examples of the 2018 D-Dime hold genuine appeal. As interest in modern registry sets and error coins continues to grow, this dime stands as a compelling reminder that even contemporary coins can achieve lasting numismatic importance and value. Next up in the 1995 D. Roosevelt Dime, struck at the Denver Mint, stands as the most valuable and sought-after regular-issue U.S. dime from that year when found in exceptionally high grades or with elite strike characteristics. While millions were produced for everyday circulation, a tiny fraction survived in pristine, near-perfect condition, transforming this otherwise common coin into a serious prize for advanced collectors. Its importance in numismatics lies not in age or precious metal content, but in the challenge it presents, finding a flawless example with strong strike quality. As registry set competition has intensified, demand for top-graded modern Roosevelt dimes has surged, placing the finest 1995 D examples among the most valuable modern clad dimes in the U.S. series. The 1995 D dime was minted during a period of economic stability and technological advancement in U.S. coin production. Nearly 3 decades after the Roosevelt dime transitioned from silver to a copper-nickel clad composition in 1965. Issued as part of the long-running Roosevelt Dime series that began in 1946, the coin honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting national legacy. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, played a major role in supplying circulating coinage during the 1990s, producing large quantities to meet everyday transactional needs. Although no major historical event is directly tied to the year 1995, the coin reflects the era's emphasis on mass production, ironically making top-quality survivors far rarer than the raw mintage figures suggest. Like all Roosevelt dimes of the era, the 1995 D features John R. Sinek's iconic obverse portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left, with crisp inscriptions and balanced proportions when well struck. The reverse displays the Torch of Liberty flanked by olive and oak branches, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. The coin is composed of a copper core clad in copper-nickel, measures 17.91 in diameter, and weighs 2.27 grams. What makes elite examples special is not a design change, but the precision of the strike, especially the sharp horizontal bands across the torch. Coins designated full bands, FB, by grading services exhibit complete separation in these lines, an increasingly difficult standard to meet on mid-1990's Denver issues. Although the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes in 1995, the vast majority entered circulation or were stored without care. The true rarity emerges at the top of the grading scale, particularly MS-68 and higher, with full bands designation. At this level, population reports from major grading services show only a handful of confirmed examples, making competition among collectors intense. Minor strike weaknesses, contact marks, or dull luster instantly disqualify most coins from elite status. Additionally, select error varieties, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or dramatic die clashes, can significantly enhance rarity and value when authenticated. In modern numismatics, condition is everything, and the 1995 D-Dime exemplifies how scarcity is defined by quality, not mintage alone in circulated or average uncirculated condition. The 1995 D-Dime is worth only face value or slightly more. However, the story changes dramatically at the top end of the market. A PCGS or NGC-graded MS-67 full bands example can command $150 to $300, while an MS-68 full bands coin has sold at auction for $1,000 to over $2,000, depending on eye appeal and market timing. Exceptional error examples may also reach four-figure prices. These values are driven by registry competition, low population counts, and the growing interest in condition rarity modern coins. Unlike speculative hype, the price structure for top-tier Roosevelt dimes has shown steady, disciplined appreciation over time. Collectors seeking a high-value 1995 D-Dime should focus on original mint luster, razor-sharp strike quality, and clean surfaces, paying close attention to the torch bands on the reverse. Certification by a major grading service is essential, as raw coins are extremely difficult to evaluate accurately at this level. Coins should be stored in climate-controlled environments using inert holders to prevent tunning or surface degradation. Smart acquisition strategies include watching major coin auctions, working with reputable modern coin dealers, and networking within registry-set communities where high-grade examples occasionally surface. Patience is key. Finding a truly elite specimen may take years, but that challenge is part of the coin's appeal. The 1995 D Roosevelt Dime proves that modern U.S. coinage can possess genuine rarity, historical relevance, and investment potential when condition and quality converge. While modest in appearance, its finest examples represent the pinnacle of modern minting precision and collector dedication. With strong demand, limited top-grade populations, and enduring interest in the Roosevelt series, this coin holds lasting appeal for both seasoned numismatists and ambitious newcomers. As modern coin collecting continues to mature, the 1995 D-Dime stands as a compelling reminder that today's pocket change, under the right circumstances, can become tomorrow's numismatic treasure. Next up in the 1979 D Roosevelt Dime occupies an interesting and often underestimated place in modern U.S. numismatics, and while it is a common circulation issue at first glance, its most valuable examples have earned strong respect among advanced collectors. Struck at the Denver Mint during a period of high-volume modern coinage, the coin becomes especially desirable when found in exceptional condition or with notable minting anomalies. What elevates the 1979 D-Dime into the realm of high value is not its age, but rather its scarcity at the very top of the grading scale and the intense competition among collectors assembling registry-quality Roosevelt dime sets. In this context, demand is driven less by nostalgia and more by technical perfection, making elite examples surprisingly expensive and highly sought after in today's market. Historically, the 1979 D-Dime belongs to the long-running Roosevelt Dime series that began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting national legacy. By 1979, The dime was firmly established as a workhorse of American commerce, struck in massive numbers to meet circulation needs during an era marked by inflation and changing economic conditions. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes that year, reflecting the coin's role as a functional, everyday denomination rather than a commemorative issue. Despite this mass production, the 1979 D-dime still connects collectors to late 20th century American history, representing both the industrial efficiency of modern minting and the enduring symbolism of Roosevelt's portrait. In terms of design and physical characteristics, the 1979 D Roosevelt dime follows the classic composition introduced in 1965, consisting of a copper-nickel-clad structure with a pure copper core. The obverse features John R. Sinek's left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, with the small D mint mark positioned near the base of the torch on the reverse. The reverse design, depicting a torch flanked by olive and oak branches, symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength, themes that resonate deeply in American iconography. While the design itself is familiar, high-grade examples stand out for their razor-sharp details, blazing luster, and especially for strong full torch bands, which indicate a fully struck reverse and significantly enhanced desirability. Rarity in the 1979 D-dime is almost entirely condition-based rather than mintage-based, as millions survive in circulated states. However, finding examples preserved at the MS-67 or MS-68 level is exceptionally difficult, particularly those that also qualify for the full torch designation. The Denver Mint was known for softer strikes during this era, making sharply defined torch bands uncommon. As a result, coins that exhibit pristine surfaces, minimal contact marks, and exceptional strike quality are genuinely scarce. Error varieties, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on incorrect planchets, further add to rarity and can dramatically elevate value when authenticated. The market value of the most expensive 1979 D-dimes reflects this extreme condition rarity. While circulated examples are worth only face value, a certified MS-67 full torch specimen can command several $100s. And MS-68 examples, when they appear, can reach into the low to mid-four-figure range at auction. Major grading services such as PCGS and NGC have recorded auction prices exceeding $1,500 for top population coins, driven by registry competition and the scarcity of comparably graded pieces. Error examples vary widely in value, with dramatic mint errors sometimes selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on visual impact and rarity. These prices illustrate how modern coins can achieve impressive valuations when scarcity intersects with collector demand. For collectors interested in acquiring a valuable 1979 D-dime, careful selection is essential. Focusing on certified coins from reputable grading services helps ensure authenticity, accurate grading, and long-term liquidity. Collectors should pay close attention to strike quality on the reverse, particularly the torch bands, as well as surface preservation and original luster. Proper storage in inert holders, stable environments, and away from moisture or contaminants is critical to maintaining condition. Acquiring coins through established dealers, major auctions, or trusted numismatic communities reduces risk and increases the likelihood of finding premium examples with solid provenance. In conclusion, the 1979 D Roosevelt dime demonstrates that modern U.S. coins can hold substantial value when rarity, condition, and collector demand converge. Though outwardly ordinary, its finest examples represent the pinnacle of modern minting quality and appeal strongly to both specialists and competitive registry collectors. Its historical connection to the enduring Roosevelt series, combined with the technical challenge of finding top-grade specimens, gives the coin lasting significance in numismatics. For collectors who appreciate precision, preservation, and the subtle complexities of modern coinage, The most valuable 1979 D dime stands as both a collectible treasure and a compelling long-term holding. Next up in the 1984 P. Roosevelt dime occupies a unique place in modern U.S. numismatics, proving that even late 20th century circulation coins can achieve notable value under the right conditions. While the vast majority of examples remain common and worth only face value, the most expensive and valuable 1984 P dimes are those preserved in exceptional mint state or displaying rare minting anomalies. These elite survivors are highly sought after by advanced collectors who focus on condition rarity and registry set competition, where demand far exceeds supply. As a result, the finest known specimens have earned recognition as standout modern coins, drawing steady attention from both Roosevelt dime specialists and investors interested in high-grade contemporary issues. The coin was struck in 1984 at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility that at the time produced massive quantities of circulating coinage to meet everyday commerce needs. The Roosevelt Dime series itself began in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and for his role in founding the March of Dimes. By the mid-1980s, the dime had become a purely functional coin, with little thought given to long-term preservation or strike quality. This era was marked by high-speed minting and heavy die use, meaning that although hundreds of millions of dimes were produced, few were saved in pristine condition. The 1984 P dime, therefore, reflects both the historical continuity of the Roosevelt series and the industrial realities of modern U.S. coin production. In terms of design, the 1984 P dime follows John R. Sinek's classic Roosevelt portrait, featuring a left-facing bust of the president on the obverse with clean, simple inscriptions when sharply struck. The reverse depicts a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by olive and oak branches representing peace and strength. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, weighs 2.27 grams, and measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter. What makes the most valuable examples stand apart is the quality of the strike, particularly the presence of sharply defined horizontal bands on the torch, known as the full torch designation. In high-grade condition, the coin exhibits brilliant luster, crisp details, and strong contrast, transforming a modest circulating dime into a visually impressive numismatic piece. Rarity in the 1984 P dime is driven not by low mintage, but by survival in exceptional condition and the existence of specific varieties and errors. With an original mintage exceeding 700 million coins, availability is abundant at lower grades, yet examples grading MS67 or higher, especially with full torch detail, are exceedingly scarce. Additionally, select mint errors such as double-die obverse varieties, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and struck-through errors add another layer of rarity and desirability. Condition is critical, as even minor imperfections can significantly reduce value, while pristine surfaces and strong strikes elevate a coin into a small, elite population that commands serious collector attention. Market values for the most expensive 1984 P dimes reflect this extreme condition rarity. Circulated pieces are generally worth only face value, and typical uncirculated examples trade for a few dollars. However, certified MS67 full torch coins commonly sell in the $400 to $1,200 range, depending on eye appeal and market conditions. The finest known examples, graded MS68 full torch, have realized prices between $2,000 and $3,500 at major auctions. Notable error varieties can surpass these figures, with dramatic and well-documented errors occasionally selling for $4,000 to $5,000 or more. These values are supported by consistent demand, limited supply, and growing appreciation for modern condition rarities. Collectors seeking a valuable 1984 P dime should focus on quality, authentication, and careful acquisition strategies. High-grade examples should always be certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as certification verifies both condition and designations like full torch. Careful inspection for luster, strike sharpness, and surface preservation is essential, while error coins should be purchased only from trusted dealers or established auction houses. Proper storage in inert holders and stable environments helps preserve value, and participation in numismatic communities or registry programs can provide insight into market trends and acquisition opportunities. In conclusion, the Most Valuable 1984 Roosevelt Dime demonstrates how a modern circulation coin can achieve significant worth through exceptional preservation, technical excellence, and rarity at the highest grades. Rooted in the long-standing Roosevelt Dime series, the coin combines historical continuity with modern collecting challenges, offering both aesthetic appeal and investment potential. Its strongest examples continue to attract attention from seasoned collectors and newcomers alike, ensuring lasting demand and reinforcing the 1984 Dime's place as a noteworthy highlight in modern U.S. numismatics.